Hey, Lava. Hey, love. Absolutely. Also, too, y'all got some uploads coming on the web. So I'm be doing simultaneous work. Mm-mm. All right, love. I see you, and we can hit the ground running. So yesterday, a girl hit my boyfriend's car. She had no license or insurance, but her grandma gave us her info and address. What will happen? Hello, Yappy. Hi, astrologer. All right. So yesterday, what will happen? I hope my boyfriend gets money. Let's see. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you for channel messages. Spirit guides and ancestors of love. Spirit guides and ancestors. I'm fine, astrologer. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Happy Sunday, or wherever you are in the world. Happy. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you for channel messages. Spirit guides and ancestors of love. Spirit guides and ancestors of love's boyfriend, and spirit guides and ancestors of the woman who hit love's boyfriend's car. Will love's boyfriend get any money out of the situation? What's going to happen next? Two cards. Six of Wands reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. Chariot reversed. Strength card reversed. Five of Cups in the upright. Okay. Now, this is a tricky situation because she didn't have a license. She didn't have insurance. So her hitting his car. Now, by all means, he can go after her legally if he chooses to. And that will be possibly the only way, because what it's looking like right now, because she lacked those things, there's nothing to, I guess, receive payment from in a traditional sense. Meaning, now what he could be able to do as well is go after whose ever car she was driving, go after that person. However, though, this is more so, it's tricky. Six of Staff reverse. Six of Staff reverse is giving me the energy that his car will get fixed. He's probably going to have to be liable for the upfront costs, but there's a chance that if going through the insurance of the person whose car she was driving, if they somehow take liability, he'll be able to, reap the payment. Give me 1 second. You said we couldn't do a police report because the cops never have came. They told us they were too busy. Wow. Yeah. So here's the thing. He can go after the insurance company of the person whose car she was driving. He can go after that person. There's a possibility. I am seeing that, yeah, the upfront cost for his car to be repaired is going to fall on him. And this would be something where, back money will be, could be given to him. But I'm not going to hold you, love, because right about now, even 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it's not looking like it's going in his favor in regards to collecting money. You got the 7 of Cups reversed. You got the Chariot in reverse. You got the Strength card in reverse. Now, here's the silver lining, because 5 of Cups is not a hopeless energy. All is not over, right? With the 5 of Cups in the upright. 5 of Cups in the upright is a card that talks about, kind of mulling over, what could have been, what should have been, what isn't. You kind of just like, like, damn, this happened, this happened, this happened. However, though, 5 of Cups says, there's still 2 cups right here standing. There's still a chance. So there's still a chance that there's some type of monetary compensation. But here's the deal. He has to let go of the time frame in which to get this monetary compensation. And he has to let go wanting for the monetary compensation that he could get from her to be what covers the recovery or the fixing of the car. What he stands to be able to do at this point in time, still file a police report. He could still file a police report. That's absolutely wild that they said that to him. He could still file one. And then 2, that's if he wants to go that route. And 2, he can sue. Now, in terms of money, I'm not getting that it's gonna, it's gonna take a little minute to get that money in total, but he could absolutely sue. And that's gonna be the route that he's gonna, naturally have to take in order to get compensation back for what he wanted, because he is in a very tricky spot. You said it sucks because this chick begged me not to call the cops, then tried to give him money, but girl, that wasn't going to cover it. Yeah. So upfront, the cost of his repair is going to have to come out of pocket. How he's going to be able to retrieve any, if not all of the money would have to come through some type of lawsuit. That's what he stands up against at this point in time. Now, he also can go after the person whose car she was driving and try to hold them liable. He'll have a pretty decent chance in collecting money from that source as well. But at present, and without a police report, there's basically if he doesn't go after her legally, it's just one of those things where it's like she hit him, she's sorry about it, but case closed. Who says she cried to me saying she can't be sued? She has nothing. Well, you can sue somebody without nothing. The thing about it is, if you sue and you win, well, you'll still be liable for that money. It just, you won't have it in one fell swoop. Like if she's like, working 9 to 5 or in the terrible event that she doesn't have a job, then, you're just waiting forever for your money. But yeah, you can sue people without money. Like, you don't have to have money to in order to get sued. It's just that usually that money takes forever to come. So if I sue you for 20 grand and you don't have the type of money to just dole out 20 grand, it could be one of them things where I'm getting 20 grand from you over the next 10 years. I'm getting 20 grand from you, and wages can be garnished and everything. Like, so it's like, it's one of those things where you get a lot of people that don't sue simply because, well, yeah, you were awarded 20 grand, but I can't pay out 20 grand in one fell swoop. I can give you 20 grand between now and 2035. That's what that is. You said, unless the family can write the boyfriend a check. That's what I was about to say. The next thing that he could do would be to, if he's, okay, I something's got to give. The next thing that he would need to do, and absolutely can do, is go after the person whose car she was driving. Because she didn't have a license, she wasn't on anybody's insurance, but somebody gave her permission to drive that car. Now, that would be a headache for whoever that is. They will feel like it sucks. They wouldn't like that. But at the same time, this will be a really great lesson for that person to be responsible. And even if the person knows how to drive, Yeah, no. Because even if it was a situation where she really, really, really needed to go do something for her grandmother, and then let's say it was her grandmother's car and her grandmother had the insurance and a license, then her grandmother needs to be in the car with her. I mean, granted, you're not supposed to drive without a license, but you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, love. But absolutely, he can go after, yeah, he can go after his money. It takes longer when we sue people who don't have that much money. It just takes longer for the money to come, but they still owe you the money. You said, I'm going to see what we can do because this is BS and cops didn't even come at all. Yeah, I would, you know what, too? I would put it into Chat GPT, and not saying rely on Chat GPT, but as a way to like gather knowledge, I would ask Chat GPT, you know what? In fact, let's do this. Let's do this right now. I said I want to start having more fun on these lives. Let's do this. I have professional Chat GPT, y'all, so we can ask unlimited questions. So stick around, love. I want to see what ChatGPT says, and you can, either do this or not. All right, Chat. What can a person do if their car was hit by someone in another car? So another car hit. Let's say car A hit car B. The person driving car A does not have a license, nor do they have insurance. Car B is at a standstill because, well, they called the cops and the cops said they're too busy. They never came. So how do they dispute that? One, the cops never coming. And then two, the person in car B was able to get the person in car A's information. However, the person in car A begged car B not to call the cops and also told car B, well, you can't sue me because I don't have any money. What can the person in car B do? Like, what are they up against now? Their car is damaged. They have to pay for the damages. How will this get paid? Is the person in car A liable for anything? And if so, how would they be liable? And how can car B make sure that car A pays for the damage at some point in time? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, it's calibrating, calibrating, calibrating. And then I'm going to play it out loud for you. So car A is her, car B is you. All right, love. And here is ChatGPT's best advice. Oh, my fault. It's in my ear. Ha 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 ha.
Straightforward breakdown of what car B can do and what they're up against when car A hit them. Car A has no license, no insurance, and the police never came. I'll keep it clear, practical, and based on how these situations usually unfold in the US. Number one, is car A legally liable? Yes, 100%. Even without insurance, car A is still legally responsible because they caused the accident. They were operating a vehicle illegally, no license, no insurance. But being legally liable doesn't automatically mean they have money. That's the biggest issue here. Number two, the cops never came. What can car B do? This happens more often than people think. Police don't always come to non-injury accidents. Car B should still file a police report afterward, either online, most cities allow this, or in person at the local precinct. This creates an official record, even if officers never arrived at the scene. They can state, they called 911, no officers arrived. They exchanged information, described the accident. This protects them legally and helps with insurance. What car B should do immediately? Gather evidence car B should have. Photos of both vehicles, photos of damage, photo of car A's license plate, car A's name, address, phone number, voice memo or notes about what car A admitted. You can't sue me, don't call the cops, etc. Any witnesses, evidence is everything. Number four, can car B file an insurance claim? Option one, car B has full coverage, collision, the best option. Car B's own insurance will pay for repairs minus their deductible and then go after car A through a process called subrogation. In that case, car B does not have to personally fight car A. Option two, car B only has liability, then their own insurance won't cover the damage. Car B must pursue car A directly. Number 5, can car B sue car A? Yes, absolutely. They can sue in small claims court, usually $5,000 to $10, depending on the state, or regular civil court if damages exceed the small claims limit. But here's the catch. Open quote. You can win a lawsuit and still not get paid if the defendant is broke. Close quote. You can get a judgment, but collecting it is a separate process. Number 6, how would car B force car A to pay? If car B wins a judgment, they can request wage garnishment. If car A gets a job later, a portion of their paycheck can be taken. Bank account garnishment. If they hold money in a bank, it can be seized. Lien on personal property. This can include their car, a future refund, settlement money they ever receive, suspension of car A's license once they try to get one. Many states will make them pay damages before allowing them to apply for a license. Intercepting tax return, sometimes. Some states allow this through judgment enforcement. 7, if car A was driving someone else's car. Another layer. If the car belonged to someone else, the owner may be liable under permissive use laws, meaning car owner may have to pay damages even if the driver was unlicensed. Car B should check the registration of the vehicle. Number 8, what car B is realistically up against. This is the part most people don't want to hear, but it's the truth. People who drive with no license and no insurance often have no assets to seize. Even with a judgment, collecting money can take years. Court is slow, and you may never get the full amount. Number 9, the best realistic path forward. Here's the path that actually works. Step 1, file an official police report ASAP, even if late. Step 2, file a claim with car B's own insurance. Step 3, let car B's insurance go after car A's subrogation. They're way better at collecting. Step 4, if car B doesn't have collision coverage, small claims court. Step 5, get a judgment and renew it every 5 to 10 years so it stays on car A's record until they have income or assets. If you want, I can also help you. Draft the statement for the late police report.
All right, now let's see. Okay, let me add that in there. Okay. Hey, Blackwater Row. All right, chat. So it's come to light that the person who was driving car A, on top of the fact that they had no insurance, no license, the car that they were driving wasn't registered. How does that change things? I am good, Blackwater Row. We are trying to figure out how to handle this legal matter for a car collision. Okay. Okay, love. This the last piece. It's a little long, but here you go. Whew. Oh, you have, because the car is not registered, guess what? You have multiple ways that you can enforce payment. And the owner, whoever owns the car is now liable.
That changes everything. This situation just went from messy to full legal chaos, but in a way that actually gives car B a lot more leverage. Let me break it down clearly. New facts. Car A driver, no license, no insurance, driving a car that isn't even registered. Car A begged car B not to call the cops. Car B has their information. Police never showed. This is now more than a regular accident. This is multiple violations stacked together, and the law treats that very differently. Number 1, the driver committed several illegal acts. Driving an unregistered car equals illegal. Driving without a license equals illegal. Driving without insurance equals illegal. Causing an accident, civil liability. Fleeing responsibility, begging not to call cops, suspicious behavior. This is no longer just they can't pay. This is criminal negligence and civil liability rolled into one. Number 2, car A is now exposed to higher civil penalties. When a driver who was operating illegally causes damage, courts favor car B heavily. Judges often impose maximum penalties. The at-fault driver loses credibility instantly. This makes winning a lawsuit easier and faster. Number 3, car B now has 2 options to force accountability. Option 1, late police report, highly recommended. Now that it's known the car wasn't registered, the police may actually file charges even after the fact. Car B should go file an official accident report ASAP. Open quote, the driver had no license, no insurance, and the vehicle was unregistered. This was discovered after the scene. Close quote, police departments take unregistered vehicles more seriously because they shouldn't be on the road at all. Option 2, notify Car B's insurance with the new info. Insurance companies take cases more aggressively when the other party broke multiple laws. There is no insurance to respond. The car itself wasn't legal to be driven. Insurance may then pay the claim. If Car B has collision, send the case to their subrogation department. Go hard after Car A. This lifts the burden off Car B. Number 4, if the car wasn't registered, the owner is now in trouble too. This is the part most people don't realize. If the car was not registered and someone was driving it, the vehicle owner is also legally exposed. Depending on the state, they can be fined, they can be held financially liable, they can be charged for allowing an unlicensed driver to operate their car. They may have their plates suspended. This opens another door for Car. Number 5, Car B may now be able to go after the vehicle's owner for damages because the car should not have been on the road. The owner allowed someone unlicensed to drive. The vehicle was illegally operated and unregistered. Courts often say, open quote, if the vehicle was not legally allowed on the road, the owner shares liability, close quote. This can make it much easier to collect money because the owner may have assets, the owner may have income, the owner may want to avoid more penalties. Number 6, this increases the likelihood of getting paid. Even if the driver is broke, the owner might be reachable. Car B now has 2 potential defendants, the driver, the vehicle owner. That's a huge shift. If Car B sues now, the case becomes very strong. Car B would list driver for negligence, owner for negligent entrustment plus illegal operation. Judges do not play around with unregistered cars, unlicensed drivers, no insurance, causing property damage. This is when judges go, open quote, you had no business being on the road. You will pay, close quote. Number 8, if police do decide to pursue after the report, they can issue fines, possible arrest citations, court summons, registration violations, vehicle impound orders. Car A will not want this, which means Car B has leverage to negotiate payment or settlement. Number 9, the realistic next steps for Car B. Here's what Car B should do immediately. 1, file a police report today or tomorrow. List all violations. 2, contact their own insurance. Tell them the other car was unregistered, had no insurance. The driver had no license, admitted guilt, and begged them not to call cops. This makes insurance more aggressive. 3, get a repair estimate. Document everything. 4, suing both parties, driver plus owner, if insurance can't or won't cover damages. 5, request judgment enforcement. Once Car B wins, they can garnish wages, garnish bank accounts, put liens, suspend driver's ability to ever obtain a license, suspend owner's ability to renew registration. Number 10, short version. This just went from open quote, this is going to be hard to collect, close quote, .2, open quote, Car B has multiple ways to force payment, plus legal leverage and possibly police involvement, close quote. The unregistered car detail makes the case much stronger. If you want, I can help you craft what Car B should say in the police report, what to say to insurance,
so
a demand.
Basically, what ChatGPT just broke down is that absolutely somebody's going to be liable. Both parties can be held liable, because she probably, she doesn't have money to pay out anything. It's gonna take a while, and that's what came out of your reading. It's gonna take a while. However, though, somebody absolutely has to be responsible. And if anything, what this will teach her is her and whoever's car that wasn't registered, take care of your business. Take care of your business and don't do stuff like that, because you can't assume that, hey, nothing's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm hoping all this works out in the end. He's able to get some money and get his car fixed, because this is insane that the police didn't do shit or they show it. Yeah, now that too also shocks me, because I thought when you call the police, especially in lieu of in the event of a car crash car accident. That, what do you mean? She also didn't pull over right away. She sped off like a crazy person and didn't stop until we got to a corner of a neighborhood close to her house. Filed that police report. She's 20 years old. And you know what? That's old enough to you're old enough to have sex. You're old enough to understand consequences. Now, granted, I'm sure she was terrified out of her mind, but same deal. She should not have been driving that car. This is going to learn her today. And whoever's car that was, like, why are you supposed to be driving that without a registration? And then on top of that, not even just like, because something like this can happen, but the whole point of the fact is, if that car is parked somewhere without registration tickets or stickers, that car gets ticketed out the wazoo. So they were gonna owe money to somebody somewhere, irregardless. You said that's what I said. Yeah, they're gonna owe money, period, because that car, if it's not registered, it needs to stay in a private parking spot because it can't even be on the street without a registration sticker. It can't even be on the street. Now, I know some states differentiate, like you all don't have to pay for like city stickers. And no. But the registration, yeah, it can't even be on the street without registration. It will get ticketed. I asked the grandma that was sitting next to her in the car. Oh, she was in the car. If she had a license or insurance, she said no. Oh, wow. So they had to call the aunt. Apparently, she had the driver's license, and she lives with them in the neighborhood. So that's good to know. They all live there. This just gets, well, the grandma won't be liable, but this just gets crazier and crazier. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but at the same time, this is not like she was 14 and took the car for a joyride, which granted she'd have other consequences, but where you can kind of go like, oh my gosh, now I'm gonna have to come after your mama. But no. They shouldn't have took that risk. And like I said, the fact that the aunt, I'm assuming it's the aunt's car. It's the aunt's car, but the aunt doesn't have the car registered. That's still no good. Like, them taking it off the property holds the ticket, holds the car, puts the car at risk of being ticketed the moment they park that thing. The moment they park that means they could be parked at the grocery store. You got to park them, and the parking meter people be out. Like, I don't know how they do in California, but the way they are out in, goodness, my eyes itching. The way they're out in the state of Illinois, like, those parking people are outside. They're like secret agents, like, legitimately. And they stay outside until their shift is up. Secret agents. So the whole fact of the matter is, like, they could have been parked at the grocery store. If a parking meter person was outside, they could have got a ticket just for not having a registration sticker. And then, too, in this economy, states are hungry for money. So they looking for stuff. Ooh, your left tire rotated, just an extra rotation. No, $50. Gosh, all of this was so avoidable. You said with them in that neighborhood, it's so good to know that they'll all. She was screaming, please, I have a baby. You have no food. And it's like, lady, why are you driving? I called 911 twice to get someone, and they said they are backed up in my city. Oh. Well, when you do police report, that's more so to get it on file than to get it, Like, I get it. Okay. Grandma was there. Maybe she couldn't, she doesn't know how to drive. But then I'm just like, I don't know how accessible the bus is, but I'm just like, it's nothing wrong with city buses. Like, but once again, I don't know how accessible transportation is, because I know in different areas, transportation, you'll get there faster by, walking. But even then, so like, how far was she on walking distance from a store? I'm just saying, like, this was just such an avoidable situation. I mean, and then too, they have personal shopping carts. I mean, I don't know if people are embarrassed of those things, but I have a personal shopping cart. Do you know little they're like little push carts. You push them in front of you. They're not like the ones you get at the grocery store, but they like tinier or whatever. And this is coming from somebody that used to have to go to the laundromat, you know, down the block to go wash my clothes. So my mom kept a shopping cart when I was a kid, and me as an adult got a shopping cart because, well, I'm not going to drive to the grocery store that's only 2 blocks away, but I know I'm going to have me a good amount of groceries. So you get a little push cart. They're like $20 at the local hardware store, or there's like little side convenience stores. They're no more than $30 because of inflation. But either way, you invest in one of those things. They last forever. I've had my shopping cart personally. When did I get that? At least 10 years ago. Best $25. $25 10 years ago. Hasn't had to spend it since. You said, thank God we weren't hurt. Right. Exactly. Then what would happen? Exactly. You got a baby at home, but what if something serious, more serious would have happened? Now what? You would have just been a mama who caused an accident. I wonder if they would have arrested her. If that they would have. In the event that somebody got injured, because they would have had paramedics and everything on the scene. At that point, they would have. That would have been, and it would have been tragic because she would have been locked up with a baby. The baby would have been at home with the grandma and the aunt, but she would have been in trouble. Like people gotta make this known to folks because it's a completely avoidable situation. That didn't even have to happen today. Or worst case scenario, if it did happen today, had she had her license, was driving a registered car and insurance, she would have still been liable, but at least she would have been covered, like it. And she still would have owed some money to her insurance company, but it would have been a lot less. Because now, it's about to be a world of trouble. Now you got 3 people involved. It's crazy because she was screaming at me. Yeah. She shouldn't have been driving that car. That's misplaced anger. That was misplaced anger. That was what do you call it? What do you call it when man, I gotta get better sleep. I always say this. That was projecting. She was projecting. Yeah, She's telling us, I'm Black in America. Life is hard for me. Is what she told me. Life is hard for a lot of people. And then I'm like saying that, and then saying that to another person of color, like, ma'am, I get it. But even then, no. Even then, so. And it's like, I hate that it's like this in the world in general because this sucks ass. But as a person of color, that means you make sure that you even more so have your ass covered. Like, if anything, I feel like I'm kind of upset that who raised this woman, because they have not, they needed to teach her. Somebody hasn't taught her. Because I'm like, no, as a person of color, you have to make sure even more so. And I'm not saying that you have to, perform in ways or this, that, and the other, or da-da-da, or you don't deserve to frolic. But because we know that unfortunately things like this happen, and they're, being a person of color, you are, more likely to be marginalized. You have to even more so make sure you have your P's and Q's in the right order. You don't have to be a genius or a scholar, but you have to make sure things are in order. Like, you can't just flail your arms around. That's why I said it's now I'm sounding old. Like, who were raising these generations? But seriously, who raised her? Like, I was upset because if she was Black, because the lady who hit me a few months back was white and she cussed me out. She smelled like weed. I lost that case. They put me at fault. Yeah, that's why I said this was all avoidable. Like I said, I don't know how far she says she's hungry. There's no food. She has a baby. I don't know how far the store was from her. Like, if she was on like a store run, if she was on an emergency, like, oh my gosh, I was trying to get to the hospital, something dire. I don't know what she was going for, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, there's other ways to do this. I'm not even saying I'm counting anybody's pockets, but there's Uber, There's Lyft. And like I said, I don't know how far is the bus? It's nothing with race, you know. I don't care if she is black. She could have been Latina. I would have went off on her hit. That's what I say. It's the hitting of the car. And it's like, it's an avoidable situation. It's a completely avoidable situation. Like I said, I don't know anybody else's, you know, living situations. I don't know if the neighborhood is accessible to transportation like that. But there's always an alternate way to do something where you don't possibly put yourself in harm's way or put others in harm's way, which is what she did. She put others in harm's way. So it's one of those things where it's like it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. And the fact that the car's not even registered, oh no. Oh no. Get me up out of here. This could have been avoided. But it's one of those things where it's like, if he's not wanting to be liable for the payments, it's going to be tedious. And that's what the card was saying. The card is saying, you know, like, it's not going to be a quick process, but he has his insurance company that he can go through. If he has collision insurance, he can go through his insurance company. He'll have to pay the deductible, but they'll handle it. Still file the police report. This puts things on file. You know, if he chooses to go this route. And in the event of any civil suits, yeah, if the person doesn't have any money, no, you don't get paid up front like that. But they still, it's like paying debt. It's like paying a credit card, you know, like once again, if I owe $5,000, but I can only afford to give you $50 a month, they'll just keep taking 50 until the $5,000 is paid, basically. You said she hit us in front of another accident. Cops were there and heard it. So I'm telling my boyfriend to get that footage. Yeah, any type of evidence that he has to document. And once again, this all has to be done, you know, like if the accident happened today, preferably today. If the accident happened yesterday, preferably today. But he wants to do this within 48 hours, preferably, because the longer it waits, the longer it takes for you to prove liability. At that point, you know, who did it? You know, if you wait a week, it's like, how do we know he ain't banged up the car more since? You know what I'm saying? So the quickest he can get, you know, he can get it documented. And first file with his insurance. That's what he should do too. File with his insurance and then do the police claim after that. I mean, because with something like this, it's not the worst thing that could happen. I mean, I know she's 20, she's young. It's not the worst thing that can happen. She's not going to go to jail. She's not. More than likely, she'll still be able to get a license at some point too. But this is just, there's going to be things where she has to learn, like, you know, driving etiquette, and, you know, they'll like make her do some type of classes or something like that probably. But you haven't ruined her life by far. And if anything, this is something that's going to, you know, teach responsibility. Sometimes we learn through consequences. And like I said, it's not the worst thing that can happen to her. This is just the consequence of actions. And then two, who knows how many times she's taken that car out, knowing that she doesn't have the license, knowing that she doesn't have, you know, insurance nor registration. And on top of that, this might have saved a for real life. This might have saved her life in the future, or the life of somebody else's if she was on the road and got into a more severe situation. So she has to count her lucky stars that it wasn't that big of a situation. But at the same time, she has to learn something. Because I'm telling you right now what I feel in this energy. She'll be back on the road. This isn't something that she learned from. This would be one of those like, oh, thank God they listened to me, you know? You said, I'll keep you updated. Absolutely. That was what I was thinking. It was a rainy day yesterday. Like I said, even more so why you want to make sure you're protected. My cousin got into a car accident. Well, a car sideswiped her. Like she was coming off the ramp. He was coming on, and then he just boom, right into her. And it was raining. But at the same time, he was found liable. Because what the insurance company too said was, Well, you already know in the event of rain, you have to drive safer. That means slowing down. That means being extra cautious when it comes to turns, turns and things like that. You have to be even more careful when it comes to rain. So I think with this situation, this is going to help her learn, as opposed to, it's not just punishment, but this could have turned into something even worse. So, yeah, but it was avoidable. This is bright. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Let me see. I got another reading. Speaking of what I got for you, I got another reading, y'all. Mm-mm.
Always leave 1 hour before. I was gonna joke.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? Just got up a new reading on the channel. And I'm actually about to record a celebrity reading on Burna Boy. Got the cards pulled. How are you? Happy Sunday. Hope everything is well. You said straight, how are you? I am good. I am good. Just doing double time. While I'm here, I'm also updating the website, updating the YouTube channels, updating the TikToks, updating everything. And then I think I'm gonna record another one, a reading while I'm live at some point too. Like kill two birds, one stone. I like to maximize the time. And then get into some stuff. All right, Lauren, whenever you're ready, give me your question. Make me some tea. Delete. Make me some tea. I'm gonna make me some tea. I'm gonna make me some mother. Okay. 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 I asked about if PMT Jr. wants to date me, but this time I want to know if we will actually date. Okay, let's see. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors, thank you for the channel messages. Spirit guides and ancestors of PMT, spirit guides and ancestors of Lauren. Will they actually date, like physically go out on dates? What is it that she can expect? How soon? Give me 2 cards. Ooh, that could be a pick a card. Okay, will we actually date? I might make that a pick a card reader. Okay. Ooh, wrong cards. What just? Hold on. Wait a minute. 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 All right. Let's see. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you for channel messages. Spirit guides and ancestors of Lauren, spirit guides and ancestors of PMT. Will PMT and Lauren actually go out on a date? All right, you got a page of coins I want to drop out. Will PMT? All right, you got the page of swords in the upright. So what's actually going to happen between them? Will they actually go out on a date? Spirit, give me 2 cards. Will they actually go out on a physical date? 2 of swords in the upright. 3 of pentacles in the upright. And what does this mean for the connection? Will they actually go on? 4 of staffs reverse. Let's see. Emperor reverse. Okay, page of staffs in the upright. There's some stalling I feel in the energy when it comes to actually dating you. Like I feel like there's, some type of, not an excuse, but I heard the words catfish. She's not catfishing, of course. But there's something that comes up or some type of something convenient where it's like, oh, I can't do it yet because of this, because of that. I'm getting the energy. If it's crossed your mind, like, okay, what's going on? Does he have a wife, girlfriend? What's going on? He is single, but there is hesitation. Oh, I can tell you why. It's hesitation in funds. This is hesitation in funds. That's what I'm getting with that one. Page of Swords in the upright, 2 of Swords in the upright, Empress in the reverse, 3 of Coins in the upright, and 4 of Staffs reverse. He wants to take you out. Page of Staffs at the bottom of the deck, but these are all undecided energies. Page of Swords, I'm still thinking about it. Let me see. 2 of Swords. There's a decision mode here of, do I full throttle come towards you? You know what? Are you worth this date? Yes, I just said that. Are you worth this date? Because of funds. It's like, okay, so I take you out because he's gauging. Okay, I take you out. The date is like what? Anywhere from $50 to $100, because he's thinking he has to take you out. So the good news is he's not thinking like he could just like, hey, you want to go, you want to meet up in the parking lot somewhere and smoke. He's not thinking like that. In his mind, he has to actually take you out on a date. And so he's thinking to himself, like, okay, if we go to a decent sit down, let's say I take her to something cute, like, cute, rustic, like a little diner. It's at least $20 per person, But if I take her to something, mid-level fancy, it's at least, anywhere from $50 to $100, for the both of us covered, and you know what I mean? Like, it's not Lalique, Zazu, steakhouse and prime rib. But at the same time, it's a nice little sit down restaurant where, the cheapest drink is a $10 wine that you got to catch before 8 p.m. It's like one of those. So he's gauging, is this worth it? And now, once again, you said, I just want eggplant to ride. Well, I would say, yeah, then let him know it ain't that deep. Let him know it would be worth his time, money, and effort. But that's what's going on here. What that cat? Sorry, my cat got stuck. I knew it. Get back up in here. Shit. Things are like spies. Okay. So yeah, so that's what it is. That's what he's more so contemplating. Like, is this situation going to be worth it? What if we go out and she don't even like me like that? I don't even like her like that. Like, damn. He's not, see, you know what? This is the problem. He's looking at it from the wrong angle When you go out on a date, it's supposed to be fun. Like, how you looking at it from a fun angle? I just want some eggplant, yeah. I ain't even trying to be your wife. I'm trying to see what that thing do. He's looking at it from the wrong angle. He needs to look at this from the angle of how does this keep adjusting the brightness? He needs to look at this from an angle of fun. You know, like if it did not work out, then yeah, you had a good night, didn't you? Like it was cool. You left the house because I promise you, this man is not leaving the house like that, like that. But this is fun. Emperor in reverse, he's not opposed to it. He just it's like he wants to be sure of a favorable outcome. Now, what's the favorable outcome? Y'all both want the same thing here. Y'all both want, you want that thing. He's looking for a favorable outcome. You got the Three of Pentacles in the upright, which more so solidifies that it's leaning towards the yes, but this is going to take a little bit more time. So expect a date at the end of the month, very top of next month. I know. That's a long time to wait for a date. Four staffs in the reverse. He's not looking for romance to be included. Let's not define this. I like you a lot. Let's continue to get to know each other. If we vibing, but let's not make this, we putting titles on it. That's not what he's looking for. But at the same time, he's hoping that, okay, fine. If I take you out, is this going to lead to some carnal pleasure? Is it going to be worth our time, worth our night? That's what he's looking for. You said that's not long for you? Oh, well then there you go. So the likelihood of this actually turning into a date, it's in that 50-50 range, but the energy is leaning closer to the yes than it is the no. Let me ask my spirit guides. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Next stiff. That's it. I got to stop sleeping weird. All right, let me pull out my psychic abilities for you. Let me concentrate. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Will, Lauren, and PTM have their date finally go out on a physical date. Yes. So you have a physical date coming. Now, I've been having fun with Chat GPT. Hold on. We're going to ask Chat GPT. Its opinion. Hold on. We're going to have some fun. All right, Chat GPT, give me your opinion about this situation. There's a guy, and okay, let's say person A and person B, they've been talking for quite some time. Person A is a guy, person B is a woman. Person A and person B have not been out on a date as of yet. What are the usual reasons why a guy is hesitating with a date? Now, person B, the woman has gotten readings that confirmed that he is interested. He does like her. Also, person B has found out through a tarot reading that he is going to take her out. But what are some reasons why he might be hesitating even further? Like what's going on with him? Let's see. You're like, oh goodness. Hello. That's WebMD, the situation. Let me see what WebMD got to say about this. LOL. I be telling this sometimes, like, don't give me the opinion of Reddit users. I'm like, go scrub Reddit. I want to know the opinion. Sometimes when I be asking little questions about stuff I'm curious about, I'm like, give me the Reddit user data. Don't give me the data that, give me some stuff. Some people that are saying it unhinged at the middle of the night on Reddit. Give me that. Okay, here we go. Let's see what he say.
Okay, Vic, let's break this down the real way. When a man likes a woman but still hesitates to take things into an actual date, it's usually not because he doesn't like her. It's because something in his internal world isn't lined up yet. Here are the most common energetic plus psychological reasons a man stalls, even when he's interested. Number one, he's overthinking his next move, fear of misstepping. Men who actually like someone hesitate more. Why? Because they don't want to look stupid, get rejected, or ruin what feels good already.
Maybe he don't want to
This
look
is
stupid.
especially common for Scorpios, fearful avoidance, men with past disappointments, men who see the woman as high value. This energy looks like, what if she says no? What if I'm not ready? What if I take her out and it changes things? So he delays, not because he doesn't want it, but because he wants to get it right. Number 2, he's trying to make sure his life isn't messy. Before taking someone on a real date, many men want to feel like finances are decent, schedule is stable, living situation is stable, they can show up properly. Men hate dating when they feel behind. If there's any chaos around him, bills, ex drama, work instability, emotional overwhelm, he'll slow down until he feels worth presenting. Number 3, he's guarding himself emotionally. If person A is avoidant, private, healing from an ex, used to women who disappointed him, or genuinely scared of getting attached, then the hesitation is simply emotional caution, not lack of interest. This is the I like her, but I don't want to fall too fast type energy. He'll talk, connect, vibe, but the official date requires vulnerability, so he hesitates.
You said he got Venus and Pluto together in Scorpio. And you know, with this retrograde happening during Scorpio season, the Scorpio is a scorpion in it. So it's probably some heavy energy hitting them strong Scorpio placements. It's probably getting ping, ping, pow, boom. So, but the good news is he definitely wants to go out with you, but there's stipulations at hand and there's things at play. Financial definitely being one of them. And it's not that, and I guess it's not that he can't afford to take you out on a date, but the way he's looking at finances is, I can't afford to take somebody out on a date that essentially don't want me like that. Because he's saying it as like, okay, I'm taking her out on a date. And, you know, he is generally dating. Like if it doesn't work out with you, he's going to be dating other people. And it's like, okay, I'm spending money on this person. That didn't work out. Move on. I spent money on this person. That didn't work out. Damn. You know, and then before you know it, it's like one of those things where, you know, he's looking up and he's like, I didn't spend $600 on dates that nobody liked me, you know. So that's how he's looking at it. He's looking at it from the aspect of, I don't want to spend money that I don't have or that I do have, but I don't have to waste. He's doing all of that right now. Yeah. So yeah, he is in Atlanta and I'm in Miami. That's also, oh, okay. Then that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense too. Because no lie, I was thinking to myself, like, if they're in the same city and he must got a, you know, I ain't counting nobody pockets. I ain't counting nobody pockets, shell. Because I get it. And we in a weird, times are weird, right? So I'm thinking like, you know, yeah, he might really be, you know, really watching his pockets. You know, maybe this is I'm thinking to myself, maybe this is the guy that dates a lot. He dates a lot, you know, because he's really out there trying, you know, whatever he's trying for. And he just like, man, I mean, yeah, it's $80, but $80 times 10 is a lot of money, you know, like, you know. But hearing that too, then this makes a lot of more sense too, because this is the energy where absolutely he's thinking, okay, I'm gonna have to get her out here or I'm gonna have to come out there. Because he's definitely like in the mindset of either you're gonna have to come here or I'm gonna have to go there. And then once again, I'm gonna actually have to take you out on said date, whichever we go. If I come to Miami or you come to Atlanta, we will have to actually go somewhere. And then on top of that, you know, depending on the situation, that's a hotel too. So no, okay, I see what I get it. I get it. But there is an actual date. He's thinking of coming down for the holidays because he's from there. Okay. Well, let me go back into my energy, universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Will he actually come down there for the holidays? Will they actually on a date? Yeah, you got a yes. Y'all actually got a date coming. So this is one of those things, Lauren, where you will have to, well, you already said your patience. So I don't have to tell you this, but this is more about patience than it is time. You're going to get your date with him. You're going to get your bound chicka wow wow with him too. So yeah. Oh, I got to get that reading up there soon. What will sex be like with the person on your mind? Oh, child, got to get that one up there. Hold on. I'm uploading a couple of other stuff first. And then I got you. Hold on. Wow, chicka, wow, wow. Ooh, you're so welcome. Thank you. Your problem is. Okay, there we go. Answer. Option number one. Answer. What the deal? What the dealio? All right, we're gonna do. We're gonna post it. We're gonna post it like a poster. Yep, all day like a coaster. The person on your mind, how to the person on your mind feels very. Choose between options. Pause this video if you need to, and then come back when you're ready for your answer. Option number one, you have the Two of Pentacles. This person feels very balanced and stable when they're in your presence. You're definitely someone that this person feels very lucky to have had in their life or currently have in their life. I definitely don't see this person letting go of you. You've left a lasting impression on this person. Don't scratch my couch. You can't pay for nothing you scratch, child. Option number one, you have the Two of Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to everybody here. Yeah, the questions are $15 USD. And absolutely. Absolutely. Description box is payment options. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No free ones. I do have free ones. I happen to have over 4,000 recorded readings for free. So you can go to TikTok, WanderingSparrow Tarot, or on this page, I have 2,000 readings, pick a card. I have so many readings on this page that if you don't trust the answer, you can watch multiple readings on that one question. And if you keep getting the same one, that is spirit talking to you. Then I have a second channel with readings on it. Then I have an Instagram with readings on it. So yes, I have 5,000 readings all available if you search me, Wandering Sparrow Tarot. So those are my free readings. He said, oh, no TikTok in India. Oh, well, perfect. Because I have over 3,000 readings right here on YouTube. Just on this channel where you're watching me. Go search the question that you want to find. I even have yes or no readings here on YouTube. So search Wandering Sparrow Tarot, yes or no, and you'll find your free yes or no reading. I have multiple yes or no readings. So once again, if you get an answer and you're not sure, ask that same question over multiple readings because I have 2,000 free content created hours that I've put into this channel dedicated just for you. The person on your mind, how do they feel about you? Choose between what the deal? What the dealio? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. All right, so today's video reading is what shocking truth has been exposed about you? So what's been exposed about you? You are out there on the internet or just in the group chat, but you're not a part of the group chat. So what's been exposed about you? So today, oh gosh, whoo, today I'm gonna do 4 options. So I want you to pick a number between 1 through 4. Pick a number between 1 through 4. If you need some help concentrating your energy, I want you to choose. Need some emojis. I want you to choose between one of the emojis that's appearing on the screen. Hold on, I gotta get another emoji. Oh my gosh. Okay. So choose between one of these 4 emojis you see. One of the 4 emojis. If you're watching the vertical outlay, the emojis are going to be up top. But choose between one of the 4 emojis and let's get into our reading. All right. Hold on. Goodness. Thank you. Choose the option between 1 through 4. TikTok option between 1 through 4. Hold on. Let me face y'all near the actual light source. Okay. Choose the option between 1 through 4. What has been exposed about you? What has been exposed about you? Hello, Blackwater Row. All right. What's been exposed about you? Okay. Option number 1. Option number 1. What's been exposed about you? What deep, dark truth has been exposed about you? Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. Thank you for sharing the messages. Spirit guides and ancestors of option number 1. Thank you for hitting the likes. Let's get me up to 1,000. Give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Okay. Excuse me. Ooh. All right. What has been exposed? Hello, Sunny. What's been exposed about option number 1? Spirit guides and ancestors. What's been exposed about option number 1, spirit? Give me deep dark. What deep dark secret has been exposed about option number 1, spirit? Give me 2 cards. Now, keep in mind, these are general messages. This is perception. This does not have to be truth. We have the 7 of Pentacles in the upright. We have the Tower card in the reverse. 7 of Pentacles in the upright. People feel like you get too invested in the wrong things. That's what I'm getting with that one. So you care a lot. Things get to you very easily, though. You hold grudges too. 7 of Pentacles is a card that talks about storing up something. So you store your feelings inside. You hold grudges, and they feel like it's a matter of time before you blow up. Like your energy has been a bit touchy at times. Oh, thank you, Blackwater Row. It's been a bit persnickety at times. And people feel like, they've seen that. We have the Temperance card that came out in the upright. Now, Temperance usually has to do with, patience and grace. So people do feel like you have patience, like you're able to, to really hold stuff, to hold on to something or to, not blow up right away. But once again, people worry about this because some people have seen you getting taken advantage of. Some people have seen you in the energy of people pleasing. People don't feel like you're necessarily holding in things to keep the peace. They feel like you're holding in things to avoid conflict. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. They feel like it's a matter of time before you blow up. Something collides. Something, goes disarray. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors, things that channel messages. Spirit guides and channel spirit guides and channel messages. Spirit guides and ancestors, thank you for channel messages. Tell me more. What truth has been exposed about option number 1? 3 of Wands in the reverse. You're a little bit restless. And here's like a little secret that's been exposed. For some of you, I'm hearing stalking your ex or watching people via social media. But for some of you all, you put up the portrayal of, being over it. Once again, it's going back into that holding the grudge. You put up the portrayal of being over it, but I don't know how this was exposed, but you're keeping tabs on people. You're keeping tabs on people that seemingly you've let go of, like, I'm not talking to them anymore. Who are they? And you're keeping tabs on them. And people have kind of, looked at that sideways. They don't know what to make of it yet, but they look at that sideways. Option number one. So option number one, that's what I got for you all. Let me know how you feel about this in the comment section below. Give this reading a like, comment, share, subscribe. Book that private reading, coaching, same day read, walk-in read, or priority reading. Check the pin comment below as well as the description box below. There will be a mid-month sale on my website, 15% off. So definitely check the pin comment below. Get you a private reading. Go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead. And also my book, Wandering Sparrow Tarot, pick a card and collect a readings journal. Where is that little thing? Yes. Go support. You can find it on the website, WanderingSparrowTarot.com, 15% off as well. And let's jump into our next option. Option number 2. All right, option number 2. Now, if you were attracted to option number 2, I have something to tell you all. This reading is not for you. This is not your reading. I'm going to give you a message still. I'm going to give you what do Spirit want you to know right now. This message isn't for you. Nothing's been exposed about you. So if you're wondering, like, what is this? What do you mean? Nothing's been exposed about you. There's nothing to expose. Or maybe for some of you all, this is a redemptive arc. Maybe the universe is not trying to expose anything about you as of yet. So this is some type of, once again, redemption arc. But let's see. Give me a message for option number 2 since they came here. Give me a message for all those who chose option number 2. Ooh, love is on the horizon, or some type of offer is on the horizon. You're being told to slow down and be patient with the 8 of Wands in the reverse. Give me more messages. Evolve on this message, Spirit, for option number 2. Evolve on this message, Spirit, for option number 2. Evolve on this message, Spirit. Yeah, Page of Wands in the upright. Yeah, this is something on the fast horizon, but you're being told to take your time when it arrives. That's what Spirit is saying. So you got something. This is a dream come true, a wish, a fantasy. Oh, I'm hearing that song by Mary J. Blige. A dream, a simple fantasy. Yeah, this is a dream come true, a wish, a fantasy. Something that you really want is coming to pass. Spirit is telling you to take your time when it arrives. There's no rush. It's not running away. For some of you all, this is the return of an opportunity or the return of a romantic interest. So allow that to bask. Allow yourself to bask in it when it comes. Give me one more message for option number 2. What do they need to know? One more message for option number 2. Give me one more for option number 2. Yes, something's on its way in the here and the now. And for a lot of you all, this has a lot to do with instant communication. So expect significant communication either about this opportunity or romantic interest or somebody coming back within the next 2 days. Probably won't even take that much, but within the next 2 days. And like I said, this is the energy of abundance, so make a wish. What do you want right now? Option number 2, make a wish. You have abundance coming in. That's the message for you, option number 2. So if you all like that, please let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below. Give this reading a like, comment, share, subscribe. To book a private reading, coaching, same day read, walk-in read, or priority reading, I want you to check the pinned comment below as well as the description box below. TikTok, if you missed the beginning of this reading, I'm on my main platform, Wandering Sparrow Tarot. So you can find me over there. And if you're interested in any of the things that I've spoken about, check the bio, LINKSINTHEBIO. All right, let's get into and my Wandering Sparrow Tarot pick a card, read card and collective readings journal. Boom shakalaka, so y'all can see it over there. Website, all bio. Pin comment below as well as the description box below. I have to talk in code, y'all, because TikTok is real touchy. with anything that that they feel funnels from tickety top. But let's get into option number 3. Option number 3, what's been exposed about you? Option number 3, what's been exposed about option number 3, Spirit? Give me 2 cards. What's been exposed about option number 3? Moon, expose. Moon card reversed. Justice card in the upright. Not only has something been exposed about you, but you're about to reap the karma. Something is about to get into karmic balance. What's been exposed? Somebody's cheated. That's random. Doesn't have to be you. This is pessimism, negativity, thoughts, restrictions. Your pessimisticness. Now, I'm not saying that this is, something to demonize anybody over. So don't worry. But this could be trapped in negative thoughts. Maybe you have the tendency to be, a little bit more on the, self-loathing side when it comes to self. That's been exposed about you. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You might not be as motivated to do the work, or for some of you all, some people might see it as laziness. And once again, I'm not calling you lazy, because for some of you, I do feel a depressive energy. So that's not laziness when it's like, but I physically can't do this. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors, thank you for channel messages. Please tell me more. What's been exposed about option number 3? Give me 2 cards, spirit. What's been exposed about option? Hey, folktale lover, absolutely. But I just want to note that this is a paid reading live. So it's $15 USD for a question. No free yes or no's. However, though, if you want any free readings, I invite you to please look at my over 2,000 readings that I have on YouTube. That includes my second channel and my 1,000 uploads that I have on TikTok, all Wandering Sparrow Tarot. Number 3, we got the Queen of Swords in the upright. Queen of Swords, you could be a bit harsh on yourself. That's what people have seen. This is a self-loathing type of energy, self-deprecating energy. You could be a little bit hard on yourself. Queen of Cups or Queen of Pentacles. This is coming from a mother wound. Where is this coming from? This is coming from a mother wound. These are things that were fed into you. Maybe, growing up, fed into you by a parent. Doesn't have to just be a mother, but by a parent. But these were things, or these were things that you saw. Sometimes the things that we internalize with ourselves isn't stuff that people actually said to us. We might have grown up seeing somebody talk about themselves. So now we think we have that issue, even if they've never said, oh, you hideous. They could have told you that you were beautiful every day. But if they say themselves, I'm hideous, I'm ugly, I'm blah, 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 and you saw yourself in them, then that's what you feel. But people have discovered that maybe, there's some self-image issues there. Universe, spirit guides, and ancestors. People feel like that they should give you more compassion because of that. Now, you could be somebody, that is in the healing field. People may see you as somebody that helps heal others, but they also can equally see that you're reaching out for the same hands that you're extending. And then we have the Ace of Cups. There's a need to pour into self more, especially in the aspects of love. Oh, yeah, that was deep. But that's what I got for you, option number 3. So you all, please let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below. Give this reading a like, comment, share, subscribe. If you'd like to book a private reading, coaching, same-day rewalking, or priority reading, check the comment below, as well as the description box below. TikTok, that information is going to be in the bio, okay? And if you missed the beginning of this reading, find me on my main platform, which I'm live on right now, TikTok. I'm live on TikTok. But you also can reach me there, which is TikTok, Wandering Sparrow Tarot. This is ridiculous. But thank you all so much. All of my Wandering Sparrow Tarot Pickle Card Reading and Collective Readings Journal on my website right now, and it's going to be 15% off very soon once I put the advertisement and stuff up on there, which is going to be very soon because the mid-month sale. So keep in mind. And let's get into our last one. And this is option number 4. Option number 4. What has been exposed about you? Give me 2 cards. What deep, dark secret has been exposed about you? Give me 2 cards. What deep, dark secret has been exposed about option number 4? Spirit, give me 2 cards. What deep dark secret has been exposed? Ace of Swords in the upright. Interesting. Deep dark secret. Three of Swords in the upright. Hierophant in the upright. Option number 4. Ace of Swords in the upright. Now this is communication, like harsh communication, very direct. People feel like you're somebody who's very direct, and they feel like you're direct because maybe you've suffered a lot of disappointments with that Three of Swords in the upright. You've been disappointed a lot. They feel like you're somebody who is, very trusted, very loyal with the Hierophant and the upright, but you don't get that energy in return. So in the return, instead of presenting yourself as the Hierophant, you present yourself as the Emperor. It's kind of like you put on this exterior where it's like you have to be tougher than what you may want to be, or maybe you've grown to be this type of tough because you've been let down by people, or you've been disappointed. Universe, what have people exposed? What has been exposed about option number 4? What has been exposed? We have the Knight of Swords in the upright. You said, I've been recently direct for sure. You have the Knight of Swords in the upright, and you have the King of Cups in the upright. Now, King of Cups is not a bad energy. People feel like maybe sometimes you can get too emotionally invested with the King of Cups. That King of Cups, he just kind of drools all of his, emotions all over everywhere. So people might feel like, like maybe you lead with your emotions and not with your brain, because here's the thing. The Knight of Swords is rushing in with communication, but he's not thinking. He's leading with his emotions when he's next to this King of Cups. So people may feel like, you are emotion driven, or on the opposite end, people who might have figured this out about you and are taking advantage of you, option number 4, might try to, get to you in the emotion bracket because they know you lead with your emotions. You wear your heart on your sleeve a bit. Give me one more, spirit guides and ancestors. What's been exposed about option number 4? Give me one more. What's been exposed? Option number, Seven of Swords in the upright. That you are secretive. You are secretive. Now, some people, this ain't gonna apply to everybody. Some people think you straight up lying, that you are deceptive, but that you're secretive. You're hiding things, or you hide things about you. People don't get a clear reading on you, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying you got to, but people don't necessarily get a clear reading on you. This gives Scorpio energy. That's what I'm getting with that one. People don't get necessarily clear reading on you, and they don't know what to do with that. So you might have some people that don't trust you, or you have fear towards you, because it's like, well, what are you hiding? And it's like, I'm not hiding anything per se. I'm just not telling you everything. And then we have surrender energy. Something here about religion or spirituality. Sometimes there's something about you that may have been exposed about that. Your views, your religious views, or lack thereof. Something like that. I feel like somebody has maybe criticized or talked about because it's completely different from maybe what they're used to, or it goes to get into karmic balance. What's been exposed? That's when it's like, but I physically. But you also can reach me on. You can reach me there, which is TikTok. WanderingSparrow Tarot. Is ridiculous, but thank you all so much. All of my WanderingSparrow Tarot card reading and collective readings journal on my website right now, and it's going to be 15% off very soon once I put the advertisement and stuff up on there, which is going to be very soon because the mid-month sale. So keep in mind. And let's get into our last one. And this is option number 4. Option number 4. What has been exposed about you? Give me 2 cards. What deep dark secret has been exposed about you? Give me 2 cards. What deep dark secret has been exposed about option number 4? Spirit, give me 2 cards. What deep dark secret has been exposed? Ace of Swords in the upright. Interesting. Deep dark secret. 3 of Swords in the upright. Hierophant in the upright. Option number 4. Ace of Swords in the upright. Now this is communication, like harsh communication, very direct. People feel like you're somebody who's very direct, and they feel like you're direct because maybe you've suffered a lot of disappointments with that Three of Swords in the upright. You've been disappointed a lot. They feel like you're somebody who is, very trusted, very loyal with the Hierophant and the upright, but you don't get that energy in return. So in the return, instead of presenting yourself as the Hierophant, you present yourself as the Emperor. It's kind of like you put on this exterior where it's like you have to be tougher than what you may want to be, or maybe you've grown to be this type of tough because you've been let down by people, or you've been disappointed. Universe, what have people exposed? What has been exposed about option number 4? What has been exposed? All right, y'all. I will be back for a second live, but I'm ending this right now. What time is it? 4 p.m. I'll be back 2-3 hours.